Welcome back. We will get started today. We have a wonderful lineup of business and pleasure and a great speaker. So I'd like to start, but one of our favorite things to do is to recognize members who have given the extra amount of service through stewardship and their giving. So I'd like to call Dan Craney up, please. Giveaway why he's up here, but we'd rather look at him than stare at me all the time. So double good today. Really thrilled to be awarding both the Paul Harris Fellow and our Jack Kennedy Fellow to Dan. Start with the Paul Harris. As you know, it's named for Paul Harris, who founded Rotary with 3 business associates in Chicago in 1905. The fellowship was established in his honor in 1957 to express appreciation for a contribution of $1,000 to the humanitarian and educational programs of the Rotary Foundation. We move closer to a more peaceful world today as Dan Craney becomes a Paul Harris Fellow. Therefore, Dan, it gives me great pleasure to present to you on behalf of the trustees of the Rotary Foundation 3 emblems of a Paul Harris Fellow: the certificate, a lapel pin, and a medallion. It's easier. So here's the certificate. Which is very good. There we go. Now Dan is really official.
Thank you.
As many of you know, are the traditional bestower of the Jack Hammond Fellow is past President Gene Dennis, and he sends his regrets that he isn't able to join us today. He is in the final week of a 66-day journey from Antarctica to Milwaukee. Which is just so Gene, the adventurer, and but he's thrilled that Dan is joining this elite group. The Jack Hammond personified Rotary's motto, service above self. In every transaction with others, he was always exemplified Rotary's philosophy of truth, fairness, goodwill, and mutual benefit. His commitment to always build strong relationships with others led him to be known as Mr. Rotary. Jack loved Flint and thought of himself as a community servant. Throughout his lifetime, his name frequently appeared as a board member of Flint area civic organizations, and in many cases, he served as the president or chairman of the group. In Rotary, he served as our club president in 1967 and as district governor from 1972 to 73. From the time he first joined Rotary, he maintained an amazing record of perfect attendance, 40 and a half years. In honor of Jack's love and commitment to Rotary, our club created the Flint Rotary Endowment Fund in 1994. Its purpose is to perpetuate and enhance Flint Rotary's community and international service projects. Every contributor to the endowment fund of $1,000 or more is recognized as a Jack Henry Fellow. The contributions can be in the form of a single gift or contributions over time. Today, we are honoring our newest Jack Henry Fellow, Dan Cranton. Let me remind you, our protocol in recognizing our newest Jack Henry Fellow, just as with the Paul Harris, when a recipient is announced, we please stand and honor him. So please stand. And we ask you to wear the Paul Harris Fellow in with pride. And we have another certificate. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you, Dan. Stick around for some pictures with all your group, your entourage. I'd like to ask President-elect Ellen Eccles to join me.
Uh-oh. Everybody doing very well. Very sensitive. I would like to present the salute for our board for 24-25. First, I'd like to thank the nominating committee, which includes Mike Chafee, Elizabeth Jordan, and Kyle McCree, and myself. We put forward a couple people from our membership to the board of directors to serve, and those two individuals graciously accepted the nomination. Ashley Crew and Dave Perry, thank you. And then Joe Martin will be on the ballot to serve as our secretary, because we are going to be entering a new era without Amy as our secretary. So this is the slate presented to you today. We will present it again at our next meeting, which will be May 10th. And at that time, we will take nominations from the floor. And after that, we'll present the final slate at the June 14th meeting. And at that time, we ask everyone to vote. And then we will bring in our new board. So thank you.
Thank you. I am encouraging everybody. I put this in the news this week, a little link. It will go on again in the newsletter. We have a lot, everybody in this room is a leader. I think the more you know about the sort of inner workings of Rotary, the more your service to our community and to the culture is meaningful. And this is as easy as it gets. And I have found these online trainings to be incredibly efficient, effective, not as great as meeting in person, but it is a great way to connect with people throughout our district. So May 4th, 1 to 5, this immediately follows a volunteer service activity that day, but maybe if you're run and don't shower, you can make both. So consider signing up and let me know if you have any questions. I know you can't really read the agenda, but all the information will be in next week's newsletter. And it's free, just easy, hit the link, put your name and the Rotary Club and the registration, and you're all set. Service opportunities, same day. We did this maybe 2 years ago. It's being reorganized again. This is the downtown cleanup, annual cleanup. It's really fun. It's very well organized. We meet at St. Paul's Church on South Saginaw Street at 10 a.m. Our Rotarians can kind of group together with baseball caps. Mike always has gear if we're gonna, it's not dark, so I'm not sure we really need reflective gear, but we'll be sent to a location somewhere off of Saginaw to do cleanup. We'll have fun and you'll be out of there and be a great part of keeping downtown looking great. Jim Richardson, I saw you come in. There you are. Join us for a moment.
Good afternoon. So I'm here to pitch a request of Rotarians to help volunteer on May the 18th with the distribution of a whole bunch of garden kits. Edible Flint is doing its annual distribution of garden kits on May 18th. And we need some volunteers. So I'm here seeing what I can do to recruit folks. So residents of Flint and Genesee County pre-order these garden kits, and the kits are distributed on May 18th. These kits consist of vegetable plants. There are transplants and there are seeds, and they all come to Edible Flint in a bulk form, and they have to be broken out into individual kits. We have to put together something like 500 different kits. So I'm out here seeing what I can do about recruiting people to help us do this project. And we need 4 different crews at 4 different times. So we're looking for an early crew that can meet us at Walker's Farm to load in something like, I don't know, 100 flats of vegetables into a truck and transport them up to the neighborhood engagement hub. 34, no. I'm blocking it for a second. 3216 ML Avenue. And then I need a second crew to help put together all of these kits. That'll start somewhere, putting the kits together will start somewhere around 8 o'clock in the morning and go to about 11:30. And after we build the 500 kits, it's then opened up for distribution. So there's a third group that we need to help distribute them to something like, somewhere around 400 to 500 people who will be coming through to pick up these kits. So if you're interested in helping out and doing a Rotarian volunteer activity, I have the sign-up list. I even talked Rob Jewell into coming, getting up and joining us, probably for the later crew. So if you'd like to join us, we'd appreciate you very much. Thank you.
Need support kits, right?
Yeah.
Great. We'll follow up. All the details will be in this week's newsletter. Great place to find all of this information. Do we have health and welfare announcements from the floor? I just have a couple. Unfortunately, I'm sorry to share that Bob Sabilski's been in the hospital and not well and really struggling with a lung infection. So everybody keep him in your prayers. And if you'd like to reach out with a phone call, that would be great. We know that Fred Hines is still recuperating. And keep John Daly in your prayers. I know we talked about John a few months ago now, and he is still not back into the swing of things. So anybody ever hears of other Rotarians who need that fellowship from afar, please let me know. We have a lot of guests here today, which is great. And I have a list somewhere. So when I call your name, would you please stand and just wave hello to everybody? Guest of Amy Krug is Carol Jaworski. And at this front table with the Flint River Watershed Coalition is Nancy Edwards. And Jamie Welch. And Tom Esper. our favorite all-time guest, Karen Wilkinson, is here with Ren. Here today with Dan to celebrate his wonderful gifts and giving our Kayla Craney. Alicia Posh. Right in the back, I guess, of Nick Godleski is Mike Nadeo. Nice to see you, Mike. Put in a plug. I'm not sure if I have to pay for the plug, but I heard you have a new job, Mike.
do.
with the Habitat for Humanity. So, great. 50-50. Who is helping on data
That's me.
sets?
So, yeah, I've been trained by Gus, so please excuse the deficiencies in that. Cameron, mine, since you're the only person in this room who can trust. Pulling out the third prize. Read that number. Yeah, read it out loud, real loud. You want me to read it for you?
7491.
I got it. Nice job, okay. And so second place, if you wouldn't mind. One four four. Also, congratulations. And for first place, $1 million.
Is it the truth?
077. Hey, it's right here. Congratulations. I did that one.
Thank you, everybody. And birthdays today, Jerry, would you join me? We have March and April.
Right, March and April is a big week.
Oh,
Okay, all you birthday people, pay attention, you got work to do. Okay, we're doing March and April, so as I call your name, come up front with your dollar bill to put in the red cup, grab a cupcake, and stay up front so we can take care of the rest of the organization. Right, Madam President? Okay, we're gonna do April 1st because one of my assistants is in the April group. We'll do April 1st and then back to March. March's got a lot of people, you know, our April birthdays were very few. We're gonna have to offer some meal money to the March people to come over to April. So first off, Mark Phoenix is past president, Paul Harris Fellow has been a member for 20 years. I don't think Mark is here. Don Rockwell's here, 21 years, Paul Harris Fellow, past president, Don. Pay your dollar, grab your cupcake. Oh, the dollar's right over there. Yeah, we got two. You're all right. Grab your cake. Oh, by the way, I didn't mention, these cakes were specially baked, you know. Monday was Earth Day, which celebrates Rob and my birthday, it was Earth Day. So these cupcakes were specially baked with earth, and they have green frosting and gold candles. So those are very special. Hang on to it now. Okay, jumping down to Ashley Hall. Is she here today? Okay, Ashley. I think in our birthday group today, she's probably our newest member. So you haven't seen this extravaganza yet. Then April 22nd, Rob and myself are April 22nd. Also Uncle Charlie.
And Uncle Charlie.
Right, Uncle Charlie is also on April 22nd. That was my uncle born the same day some years before. Okay, moving on to March. Dr. Bobby McConnell, I don't think Bobby's here today. No, okay. Jamie Lee Venable. No, she's not here. Nick Go Green Godleski was born on March 9th. What's this purple you got?
What is this, what?
Purple?
No,
What
it's
is
Rotary
it?
Club.
Look at that.
Oh,
Man, okay. He's still green, we know that. Rick Heatherton, is he here, Rick? No, okay. Madam President, Anne Marie Van Dyne. Her birthday is March 15th. I don't think Elizabeth is here, Elizabeth Cummins. She's been a member here for 28 years. Marissa Pierce. Oh, she's not here today. Okay, her birthday is March 18th. Dave Perry is here, my good neighbor from Davison. All right, Dave. This next one is special. This next birthday, that's why we have the gold candles, because Terry Mormon, his birthday is March 23rd. Terry's been a member of Rotary for 50 years. That's for the gold candle. And last March 30th was Steve Lowe. So Steve's not here today. Rob, if you would help assist me in lighting of the candles. Before we sing happy birthday, make that torch work. Ah, David's got it. Thank you. Now, you know, not to disparage the previous birthday presenters, you know, but they've been a little lack on the birthday song. So today we got 2 months. I want you to really put your voice into it. Take a deep breath. Okay, make sure we're on the right key. We're all set.
Oh, maybe.
Oh, I'm okay. Yeah.
Here.
Oh, thank you, Rob. Good birthday, brother. Everybody took a deep breath, you ready to go? Now the happy birthday song for Rotarians. Wait a minute, let's get it right. Oh, that's not right. Let me turn this over. Here we go. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Rotarians. Happy birthday to you. We'll have extra cupcakes later on for those who like to take.
That was fun, Jared. Thank you so much. Amy Krug, past President Amy Krug is going to help us do the introductions and welcome.
Yeah, as long as I don't trip over the cord here. So it is my pleasure this afternoon to welcome our speaker this afternoon, Doug Schultz. Doug is a landscape architect, senior project manager, and associate owner at Rowe Professional Services. Rowe has supported his service as a board chair for the Flint River Watershed Coalition for the past 7 years. He has worked in Flint for the past 24 years, helping to shape the quality of life for clients and communities. Please join me in welcoming Doug.
Thank you very much. Good afternoon, everybody. How are you? Good to be here with you. And congratulations on those honors from before. So I'm here sharing with you about the watershed, but also reflecting on growing up in a home where my dad was a lifelong Rotarian, and he had a small brass engraving business in Chicago area, and he made specialty embossing dies for like the World Book cover. It's very, very artistic and whatnot. And so I would grow up going around the shop, sweeping up the brass chips and shavings off those dies. And he was able to pursue his passion for sailing by cashing those in, and we started out with a small butterfly sailboat. So as the business grew and as I grew, the boats grew, and that was my connection with water. And so what I'm going to be talking about to you today is connections. I want you to look at this slide, and when we're all said and done, I want to encourage you to build an even stronger connection with your Flint River. And just step inside that photo. It's a beautiful summer day. sunny, calm. You can hear the water, just rippling along your kayak. And the amazing thing about that is you didn't have to drive 3 hours up I-75 traffic to get there. It's literally out your back door. And so you all here are influencers. You influence family, people that you're working with, people that you're hoping to employ, and to recognize that this is a great asset that we have in our community that we can take advantage of. So that's my main mission here as we go through the presentation. So who are we as far as the Flint River Watershed Coalition? You've got some handouts in front of you, you've got some details, but the big purpose is we have similar goals to what you share as Rotarians. Clean water, supporting education, growing local economy. We are here to protect and promote and improve the Flint River watershed. So that's not limited to just Flint. It's from up here all the way to Flushing. And it serves an abundance of people. So I'm here as a cheerleader. The people that are doing the real work you got introduced to earlier, sitting right here at the table, Nancy, Jamie, and Tom. And so some of the information I'm going to be going through are the programs that they're helping implement. And it is, it is just it is a true partnership with the community, residents, with students going through this, all the programs that we serve to have a true impact in the community. I want to emphasize that this is, don't hear me today as the Flint River watershed. This is our deal, right? This is something that we have ownership about. This is your watershed. Everybody sitting here, it's your watershed. And so our purpose is to just influence that sense of ownership and embracing that to everybody that we come in contact with. Whether it's a student, trying to impart education and awareness about the environment, or whether it's somebody just enjoying a paddle down the river. Everybody has ownership in what we have here. The most exciting part is the engagement that we have. Our track record and goals to try to reach 1/4 of the kids throughout the watershed with a meaningful river experience. And we've got opportunities coming up right now. It's a big role of what Tom is doing with the green program, where we're reaching out directly and providing curriculum into classrooms and having kids actually do water testing. Jamie helps with those water testing and different experiences. And these kids come from an abstract understanding about the Flint River to actual testing of the water quality, and then standing up and giving a presentation on their findings. And it, they are, it's great to see the light bulbs go on and have them, fully understand, the impacts and reactions of what their daily activities can make in water quality. It is just way cool. We're also through this trying to build future leaders. So we're not just educating, we're showing these young people in our community how they can have influence and impact in their home, where they live, where they play, where they recreate, that they don't just have to take everything as it comes, that they can truly have influence and impact and make a difference. And so that's one thing we're doing with Youth Environmental Leadership Council, is to give them chances to step through into leadership roles. So I mentioned water quality. We're celebrating Environmental Week. Or environmental month, is it? You guys have mentioned. And we're reflecting back on the Flint water crisis and what did all that revolve around? Data, right? Information. There's a lot of appearance and, unless you back that up with information, information is key. We do a lot of that through water testing, just to demonstrate the health of the river. And we have made great steps in advancing how often we do testing, so that we can be proactive in how we're able to enjoy the river and promote the river. Another aspect as far as tourism goes, before we can enjoy the river, we gotta feel safe about it. Right? So that goes hand in hand with that water quality testing. But just getting people out and paddling on the river. One of the great things, with Jamie all the time, she's out leading paddles, is that experience of getting somebody out on Flint for the first time, watching a bald eagle swoop over their heads and have everybody look around and say, are we still in Flint? How can this be? And just that awareness of what a great experience that we have. And she does it with, she does a great job being certified and making that available to all ages and abilities through our accessible kayaking program. To get people that might not normally have autonomy, and feel that freedom of being independent to actually get out on the water and be in a boat and be able to have that experience. It's great. We have been able to make great strides in getting the Flint River designated both as a state water trail and a national water trail. And so what that means is recognition from people outside the community generating tourism into our local community. And if we look back, we are turning into the green economy. Something is based along the river as industry, as a city, as that has grown, and we've seen how industry has turned what used to be auto manufacturing areas. We now look to Chevy Commons, and it's a wonderful park space, again, based on tourism and economy, bringing people in to enjoy what we have in the community, benefiting our local businesses as well, and quality of life. So as an organization, how has all this, other than feeling good and having great experiences and whatnot, really made an impact? And we have, bring in real dollars and improvements through different grant funding and partnerships into the community. It's all about partnerships. We are a unfunded 501c3 organization. So how we operate is through grants, donations, sponsorships, and the like. And the way we get that is by showing results. We have done infrastructure improvements, providing more access points with accessible kayak launches throughout the whole corridor, and securing testing. Over a short period of time here, generating over $1 million worth of investment into the community. And that's just, that's just a small part of it. We're looking towards, the huge impacts that the new state park, is going to offer us in the future, and we're looking to be a big part of helping that be a success. Our new offices are located right at the confluence of the Swartz Creek and the Flint River, right in the middle of all that activity. And we are so looking forward to what that means as we move forward. So we are looking to be proactive and continue to encourage everybody as owners of the river to be good stewards. We at the bottom of the slide there, we talk about spearheading spill awareness. We have had some spills on the river, but you know who are the first people to bring that to our attention? People that are out there using the river, fishing, walking. You get a call and say, hey, something doesn't look quite right. And we're there to respond. Again, reach out to our partnerships. It's not just us who's responding to those events, but we are the voice of the river. And so our goal is to step forward, working with you and Flint to do continual testing on that so that we can monitor the effects of those and minimize how often those occur, and be able to be a voice and say what the health and condition of the river is based on actual results and testing. So what can you do? What's your role? Again, I started out by just saying, we want to offer you a way to connect with the river and then be able to promote that to other people that you're speaking with. So if you are looking to have a team building exercise, you or maybe some people that you're working with have never been on the Flint River, we can offer paddle trips for whether it's family or business or whatever. We want to get people on the river because once people are there, they've got a personal connection, and we're going to tell more people about that experience. There's some other ways that you can serve as well. We've got some handouts at the table. It's information, but behind that information sheet is a half-page question format that I'd like each of you to fill out before leaving the room today. And it's basically, do you want some more information? How can we help you connect? How can we provide some information on how you can be a active supporter of the Flint River? And again, it's not just to the Flint River Watershed Organization. This is your river. So how can you help and protect and maintain and preserve that resource? And then spread the word. You're a small but mighty group here, right? So you've got influence in the community, and as you're having conversations, just share some of the information that you've learned today. And if you have the chance to get out and enjoy this up north experience, I would encourage you to step right outside your back door and do that. We do have some events coming up. You have heard about your opportunity on May 4th for the cleanup. That's part of a broader Stewardship Day activities that we are doing across the watershed. We are also holding an open house on May 9th at our facility. Anybody know the old Serval building? So we just moved into that space not too long ago. Great access right there on the river, and we're sharing that space with Keep Genesee County Beautiful, and we just want to have a chance for everybody to stop by and connect and see more about what we're about. And then we also have a Green Summit coming up on May 22nd. That's a program that Tom has been very involved with, reaching out to our middle school students throughout the watershed. That's where they come to the Kettering campus and do presentations about their water quality monitoring and whatnot, and present their findings. And you know what's so encouraging for these kids? Having people to actually present to. So I would encourage you as business owners in your community to attend and see your future leaders standing up there on stage and give them an encouraging plaque or two. So with that, that's my presentation. I'm just glad that I could be here today and share some information with you. Any real tough questions? That's why I brought these guys, so they can get some answers.
Not a question, but a comment, okay? I'm active with the Flushing Senior Center, and we do kayaking. That has grown and grown and grown. Once you get a few people doing it, more and more want to do it. So that kayaking is wonderful. Absolutely. And one of the neatest things I've ever seen was in Flushing, the riverfront park, okay? And you know, we got things, and there was a concert going on, and there was some trucks, food trucks in there. And right behind it comes the river, and here come the kayaking. That was so cool to see that combination of things going on. So do take advantage of it. If us old people can do it. Thank you.
No, the river is a great place. I've enjoyed it the last, I don't know, summers, but what's going on with the skills and execution? Because I know when I'm walking over the bridge by your office and the sign for it. It seems like every time we get to the spring. A long finger.
David, you wanna?
You might have to ask this. We literally met yesterday with counties in DC. Talk about this issue, about notification, and what to expect, and how to get a grip on what's going on. So yeah, there's currently no contact in place. There's in the next couple of weeks, there's going to be some movement around looking at and trying to determine exactly where this latest incident spill happened, which is up in the North Flint area by the park, we believe. So there's some camera work that's going to happen. They're trying to look a manhole that nobody can seem to find, and anyway, it's very complicated. There was an incident just a week or so ago in Spruce Creek that was identified, and so a one-time thing that. But we know that there are issues associated, and it seems to us that most of the activities in the Jordan Highway, North Flint-ish area, and trying to isolate really what's going on there, and then come somewhere like this. In terms of the state, this is an interesting conversation too, that Jean and I had. If you are getting into the kayak for one time and going down the river, that's probably safer, but it's not safe for me to put Jamie and the rest of our staff in the water numerous times to help with kayak, with paddling, and getting them exposed over and over. And to be fair, that's because we actually we are physically we're helping people with getting out kayak, pulling kayak out, pulling trash out. So it's not just being in your kayak on the top of the water. So that's a hard question to answer on what is safe. Well, safe for you or for me, I don't know. I'm old and I use that work too well. She told me she can get back to kayak books and really excited by that. But for me to get in once is different than for Jamie and the staff to be there numerous times. So that we don't have that opportunity to explain
why it's either safer or not safe, really what does that mean?
And then are there, are there areas of the river that are certain points downriver where you can launch? Because if you've got a beautiful facility, it seems like it's been unusable since then, that's not your fault. There's a lot of those, we call out place over by Clarion, further downriver. It's such a cool place to be when you go right over the river, go to everything again. So, Ballinger and River, or you can have use maybe once in a while. You don't want everything all of it.
So first of all, we do have some testing on the whole that we will have some results relatively soon. Testing. Testing is the results that test that we find fish take months, one lab. That being said, currently what I'm recommending is upstream, second some falls, go downstream at that river, river flow. That's past me. I'm being abundantly cautious because I'm responsible for everybody else. So I would say that as long as you're not coming to it. And then we're also working for the one of the contract ones that are not just where the launches are, but also there are money. Because that another we actually have challenges and we can talk about that. I just want to mention this too. We've had a living service where you don't have to walk up the highways. We're not able to do it currently. However, James got a bunch of having programs planned for other places where you can join us for that. We're just not going to be able to do that walk up literally yet. We will get back there. But that economic impact to our agency is huge. We look at that you're not generating income or having that really open. And so we are struggling. And so just want to put that out there.
It's just such a cool thing. Oh, they run by it. But it's simple as that. What a blast. So those are the things. I mean, that's what got me up river first time. So that is cool.
The good thing is that with time and with efforts of people, you can really tell me there's a little bit you could like. And that's the fact.
Talk about how many square miles there are. Coalition with the handout. It said 7 counties, 20 cities and villages, 58 townships. Do you have any relationship with some of those governmental entities?
So the question is, do we have a relationship with some of those entities? And in order to establish that national water trail designation, we have a memorandum of understanding with 22 of those units of government along the corridor to basically cooperate with us as we've taken advantage of in some of the launches that we've been able to implement. And it's fairly new, so we're just stepping through and flexing and exercising that muscle with them. But a lot of it is in working with their recreation plans and making sure that there's coordination and improvements that go on. Flushing Township is applying for accessible, a barrier-free accessible launch at the Flushing Nature Center location, based on that designation and that relationship. So examples of that. We're looking to just build those relationships everywhere we can.
Our club partnered with you guys doing some drain marking.
Yes. Thank you for bringing that up. And that is, So what your club participated in last, I think it was summer, we went to City of Davidson, we did some stormwater stenciling. And so what that was is identifying catch basins in neighborhoods, saying, hey, this water is going to the Watershed Coalition. Be careful for, you know, what you put in there. And then went around to neighborhoods and put up door knockers for how, as residents, you know, we can be more conscious of how we impact stormwater quality. And so that is an opportunity that's open at any time. And how that helps us is it's a grant through the Genesee County Drain Commission. Every activity that we do, we get compensation through the Drain Commission because that is part of a larger grant structure that they need to accomplish. So as we all work together doing that, it all helps out. So yeah, again, great opportunity to set that up at any time and go out and knock that out. So we look forward to doing that again.
What time is the program at February?
Tom?
On May 22nd, at February University, we're gonna have about 300 students, starting at 9 a.m. in the academic building, auditorium, auditorium, it's called. And we're gonna have breakout sessions, so we're gonna have 3 schools, we're gonna be presenting their findings while students from other schools go out and professional people there. Classrooms that are making presentations to like conference, big science stuff. And then 45 minutes later, the other school, 45 minutes, 45 minutes later, the other school. So it goes from 9 to 1:30. Super great thing.
So yeah, it's a drop-in thing. I mean, even if you got 15 minutes to sneak in and listen to those kids, it'll make your day. So. Yeah.
I just have another comment. Dr. Nancy, as of recently, our family has some property and become a caretaker for it on the river. So I've grown up my whole life with family property on the river. And but there's a lot of fond memories of, you know, fishing and catching snakes and frogs and, you know, you name it on the river. And the river wasn't quite as nice as it is today, but hopefully we can find a relationship that also works with the coalition for that family property. Going.
That's great. Thanks, Dan. That's a great example.
Questions?
I would comment that for the last few years, I participated in surgery.
Yes.
Baby surgery.
Yep. The idea is plant them, they go out, they get big, then they come back. So we'll be waiting for that. That's gonna be neat.
Doug, thank you so much for being.
Thank you.
Doug, in appreciation for joining us today, a gift has been made and we're honored at Rotary International Health as global eradication. So thank you again. Thank you, Doug. Meetings don't run themselves. I always have a lot of help and I really appreciate Rob doing the inspirational message, Amy for welcoming Doug and doing his introduction. Jerry had a lot of work today and he did it especially well, setup and takedown. And he did the birthday reading and he's taking notes over there. So you'll read all about it next week in the newsletter as well.
We have special cupcakes left.
And help yourself, anybody who didn't get dessert. And we had Ed Fletcher hosting on Zoom, and thank you, Dave, for stepping in and doing the raffle for us. And we look forward to seeing you all not until May 4th for the downtown cleanup. May 10th Club Assembly. We have, break at the end of May. I don't know if you look ahead, I certainly do, but this will be our only May meeting because of where Memorial Day falls. So we will have a social time, which we'll tell you all about next time when past President Don is here. But please plan to join us May 4th downtown. It really is a fun day and we will all pray for good weather. And see you then. Thank you so much. Go great hope in the world.
I know you go to a lot. I know that's right. Okay. Oh, then you put it.